What would happen if Donald Trump becomes president for life? How would life in the United States be? Can you imagine, or would you foresee the possibility of a military coup in the United States? What would change? How would we live? Join me for a look at an alternate reality where this possibility came to existence. These are the lives living after Q. Please subscribe and explore and live the saga every week. The Book of John, Part 2. Eye of the Storm. It was a long and prolonged election. Each candidate and their followers were pressing hard and advocating their side. The country stood completely divided. The map showed the blue states and the red states. Social media, TV ads, print ads, all were on full force across every state. The rhetoric leading to the election during a very challenging and disaster year was dominated by both sides accusing the other of the chaos, civil unrest, and economic uncertainty. 2020 was a year where a novel coronavirus took hold of the country and millions succumbed to the disease. The US led all nations on the planet having the most affliction and deaths. The numbers were hard to understand and even unthinkable to register. We were losing in the numbers of 50,000 lives every day. For the Trumpers, this was a matter of the deep state advancing the virus or a China conspiracy. For the rest of us, this was a new life, a new norm. It started with working from home, canceling schools, closing businesses, people losing their jobs, losing homes. It was a spiral that every day just spun faster and out of control. Election day came and the country's red-blue segmentation was completely confirmed. We were two completely different countries. Midnight came without a clear victor. Both sides amplified their base and claimed victory, but no confirmation. The virus resulted in the largest mail-in ballot numbers that this nation has ever had in its rich history. Looking back, it was ironic that in 2020, at our technological height, the election was going to be decided by snail mail and not be instantaneous. We were used to instant gratification, short-term memory, and attention span. This election was going to be decided not instantly, but over weeks. After all the votes were tallied and counted and recounted, Biden was pronounced the victor. This did not bode well with the incumbent President Trump. After crying foul play and yelling deep state conspiracy in his tweets and the White House conferences, he was not willing to renounce and claim defeat. In his mind, there was no way in hell that he lost the election. After all, every Trumper cheered him and loved him and assured him that no way he had lost.
The country is still divided, but we are looking forward to a peaceful transfer of power in the spirit of democracy which this country was created.
He was on Fox News calling the election a travesty of democracy violations. He called radio stations and told his story. I was an average American that was interested by the news. but not to the point of following it constantly. I really didn't care at this point, just wanted normalcy to start to make its way into my life. Working from home was at first welcome and eliminated the 2-hour drive commute to my office, but it grew tiresome. Days were mixed and intertwined. Zoom and Skype meetings dominated my life in between arguments with my wife about not having the ability to help with chores or master tasking between phone calls or answering emails. I longed for the long stress commute and long office hours. Now election was a distraction and another sign that 2020 was a Twilight Zone type of year. We were barricaded at home fleeing the virus, fully geared up to handle chemical warfare with masks and visors, just to go outside to purchase some groceries. I knew I wasn't the only one that wanted this election confirmed. Either way, and just go on to a normal, boring life. The end of the year finally gave way to 2020 and brought well wishes and hope for not just a better year, but a different one. Away from the 2020 sentiments. We all wanted to put 2020 in the rear mirror. Biden was finally declared the winner and Trump accepted defeat. 2021 was looking to be a normal year where we can get back some normalcy. We were waiting for a vaccine from this deadly virus and were promised that this wasn't going to happen early spring. We needed this normalcy. Wednesday, January 20, 2021. The official transfer of power and sworn ceremony. To be honest, I never really cared about watching TV or news and was not watching anything. I was head immersed in a Zoom call with European colleagues talking about future productions and whatnot. My colleagues informed me that I needed to put on the news and at first was not getting any reception. I was just receiving a blank screen with a loud noise.
This is the emergency broadcasting system. Please listen for instructions. President Trump will come on the air shortly to inform the country of the transpiring events.
What? President Trump? What events? What the fuck is happening? Am I fucking sleeping and dreaming this shit? Maybe I shouldn't have eaten that pizza at midnight. Sure enough, the president came over the airwaves and announced that this is a new day in our country's democracy. This is the Great Awakening. The storm is finally here. Just like a storm, it will cleanse our great nation of a corrupt deep state. There will be judgment day for all traitors and conspirators of our great democracy. Our beautiful country will no longer suffer at the hands of these corrupt politicians and deep state operators. While he was talking, all I could see was him being surrounded by our country's top military leaders. Soldiers in the background with heavy artillery and warlike faces. What the fuck?
The country is now in utter chaos as violence breaks out in streets across the states. We have several reports of Q forces bombing media institutions, including our very own in Atlanta.
I looked outside my suburban cul-de-sac and saw people amazed and coming out of their homes in disbelief. What now?